This one's the same, got a nice vertical growth coming here and again one coming out at this angle, so remove that one. This one's a bit different, it's got quite a few, about 4 or 5 different ones coming out, but I can see here this is the dominant one. It's looking in a very good position, so I'm going to remove the lower ones. And just keep that one there, like so. The one at the back behind it, this one here, a tiny little bit there, remove that one. And then the other two, well, they're not strong growing at all, but they are growing, so I'm not going to take any action with those at the moment. I'm just going to leave them. And also I'm not going to remove the tape here where the graft was, not just yet. I think it's a little bit early. I'll come back and do that another time. So the potato beds are looking good. They're flowering now, most of them anyway, except that one down there must be a later variety, I think. And just finish off the video with a shot of this Lolo Rosso in this frame. I mean, just look at them now. I have been harvesting them on a regular basis, but as you can see, even with that many, I just can't keep on top of them. And the lettuce are ready for harvesting at home now anyway, so what I'll probably do is just strip some of the leaves off anyway, even if they just go on the compost, just to keep them going. Right folks, that's it. Hi guys, welcome back. It's the 5th of June. These marigolds are looking stunning, aren't they? Just another little update. So I was talking about this spinach the other day. It shouldn't be long before it starts going to seed, and it has. I don't know if you can see just there, that's the seed head there. So I'm going to just harvest the rest of the leaves off it, and then that'll go in the compost, and I've got some chard to go in its place. Nice bowl of spinach there, and there's just a few small weeds, so I'll get those pulled out and we can then replant this base now with multi-sown chard. Right, so that's the bed weeded. Here's the chard. I've soaked it already prior to planting out, but before I plant out I'm just going to put on a few handfuls of 6X. Here's what it looks like. Because obviously the spinach will have taken quite a bit of nutrient from there, so we just need to put a little bit back. There we go. Must admit, I really like this dibber. Brilliant, just makes the job a lot easier. So we'll just give those a bit of a watering in. Now we are due some rain later on today, I think, but anyway, I don't think it'll go amiss. Here we've decided to make a small herb garden, really. So we've got rosemary, parsley, there's room for a thyme plant in there probably, and mint. Tomatoes are doing well. I've decided to abandon to modify the irrigation system for now, because I thought, I'm trying to get in over there, I'm just going to rip everything. I decapitated that one there when I was putting the pipe in. I caught my boot on the string and it just ripped the top off. I've got the top actually trying to root it in some water, so hopefully it'll regrow. But everything's looking good. Need to start taking some of this basil before it starts going to seed, and then make it bush out more, and then probably start removing a few of the lower leaves. Cucumbers, well, you know, it's growing, let's say that, but it's very slow. That's one of the old ant bait stations there. I need to remove that, but there's still ants around. I think it has got quite a few of them though. Finally managed to get something sorted out, rainwater collection, so we've got this guttering up on this side of the shed, and I've come round from the other side. So I'm going to link those with a siphon. This is the brown turkey fig. It's got plenty of fruits on it. And finally the peas are beginning to develop now. So we should be able to start picking those, well, any time now really, to be honest. You know, they're big enough. But apparently with this variety, Oregon sugar pod I think it is, you can let it develop almost to a full-size pod and it still won't have a string on it. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm really looking forward to trying those. And underneath in the salad bed, you can see here where we've started harvesting the lettuce, just pulling leaves off from the outside. So you can see the difference between that, for example, this one hasn't been picked yet, and these here, so we've got more than enough there to go at. The radish, absolutely stunning, really good. And it's great just being able to wander out with your plate, you know, pull a few. Fantastic, loving it. Here's the rockets coming along nicely. Again, pretty much near harvestable size. And got another row of radish there, and I sowed another row just in there. The courgettes are beginning to grow a bit now. Like I say, it's been fairly cold here, so but they're making a bit of growth now. Looking up above, this is a kiwi vine, kiwi fruit, like a miniature one, and all this should be flowering before too long, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. I did plant another variety, you can just see it coming up there, but I think it's going to take a while to get established. But it should, with the pollen from that, hope to pollinate this one as well. Another idea I had is to, that's Ichiki Kuri, is it, squash. So I've got some of this galvo mesh screwed in, so the idea will be to train it up, and then when it gets to the trellis, grow it right down there, and hopefully the fruits can kind of, the self-supporting I've read, you know, they don't need to be tied in a little bag or anything, and they can just hang that should look awesome. And finish this clip, just a quick look at the blueberries. You see them developing now, so I'm just going to give them a feed with some you know, like ericaceous feed, because they're acid loving plants. But yeah, I'm getting quite excited about the prospect of eating blueberries from the back garden. How awesome is that? So another little update guys, June the 6th, Monday, and I've been working on this siphon, and I'm hoping you can see that it's actually flowing away now. I struggled with a bit at first, the bricks kept sliding off. I'll just show you what I've used. I've used one of these bricks here with the holes in so that a pipe will actually fit through there. So I've got a hammer and chisel and just split one carefully and then cut it in half again, so one piece for each end of the pipe. And then the solution I came up with is to put a screw, that's a 1-inch screw, through 3/4 inch pipe, and that just and so stops it from sliding out the hole, one on each side. So this is the primary. I've got the hose pipe in just to put a bit more water in, because I couldn't actually reach down to get, I kept getting airlocks, but I'm happy that is definitely working now. And you can see what I've done here is, and this is really a shout out to Terry King and also Southpaw Davey, who've done great videos on how to make a siphon water butts. And after watching Terry's, I noticed that he cut some slots in so that the lids, I'll just turn it out so I've got the lids here, will fit back on to stop any debris getting into the water supply. but obviously it still allows the pipe. And what I've noticed in here is this, yet anyway, because Terry made a kind of spring for his to stop it kinking, but at the moment that isn't kinking, so that's an option if necessary. So I was down the orchard yesterday and I actually realised I've got 2 more of these with lids, which I didn't know I had, so I've definitely got room for another one behind the shed here, so obviously I can connect that as well, and then that'll give me, I'm not sure whether they're 200 or 250, but it'll give me quite a nice bit of water anyway. So the chard I planted out yesterday, and you can see already they've been at it. So if I don't net this, they're just going to rip it to shreds. So I've brought some more alkathene pipe up, we'll get the black tape on it, and we'll have to get this bed netted, I'm afraid. Coming up lunchtime, guys, this is what it's about. This is why I'm absolutely loving this bit now. I'll just remove those bits first. Compost heap. That's my leaves. Now for some radish. How about those beauties? And spring onion or 2. So we've got spring onions, radish, mixed leaves. This is the first of our beetroot, and then on to that some olives, tomatoes, avocado, and some pickled herring. Wow. See you after dinner.